So, should Leicester City fans be worried? Our summer spending was minimal, despite selling Wesley Fofana for 70 million to Chelsea. We only brought in £15 million Sancho clone Wout Faes. Rumours swirled that we're in financial trouble, and it's quite clear now that it was actually the case that FFP was holding us back. We do seem to have adopted back to the system of buying young and buying up-and-coming players, with Wout Faes, Harry Souttar, Victor Christiansen coming through the door. We also need to look at the summer of 2023 player movement. At present, Leicester will lose 7 players worth around £90.5 million due to them being out of contract in the summer. Reducing the wage bill by circa £27.5 million, that adds up to around £120 million in savings, albeit we do have to replace these players. Out of contract this summer is Ayoze Perez, Yuri Tielemans, Ryan Bertrand, Johnny Evans, Daniel Amati, Kaglar Soyuncu, and Tete will be leaving after his loan expires. Next, we need to talk about likely outgoings this summer, and we all know that it's been widely speculated that James Maddison has interest from the likes of Spurs, Newcastle and Manchester City. With 1 year left on his contract, it's most likely that he will go, and we could get around 60 million plus for him and save another £110,000 a week in wages. Hamza Chowdhury is another that's most likely to leave in the summer. It's believed that he has a £6 million buy fee in his loan to Watford, and he is currently on a rumoured £60,000 a week. Castagna has also been a long-time target for Inter Milan, and they're expected to make an approach in the summer. So there's 3 players right there that we could well lose, but we should be getting around £80 to £90 million for those players. In total, that means that we're likely to gain another £9 million a year in wages, and it will total around £37 million in savings for wages. Of course, to counter this, we're going to need to bring in new faces, but with Wout Faes on £56,000 a week, it does look as if we're going to take a more frugal approach towards salary and dealings in the future. Moving on to the club's debts, we had a 6% decline in growth in the 2021-22 season, which was around £30 million, which will no doubt impact things. And the exclusion of European football this season will see a further drop in revenue in next year's financial statement. Kuhn Top recently paid £194 million debt to King Power in equity. In a statement, Kuhn Top said,
"Maintaining long-term stability is vital for sustainable growth and a fundamental principle that has always guided our investments in the club's future."
It is the second time that such process has taken place since the family took ownership of Leicester City in 2010, having completed a £103 million debt to equity transfer in 2013. From an FFP perspective, if you are no longer going to be charging interest, then that's one less expense for your FFP calculations, so there is a huge benefit to doing this. All that said, in January 2023, we took out a loan from Australian bank Macquarie, secured against our Premier League revenue for the 2024-25 season, which brings us on to the very real prospect of what happens if Leicester City get relegated. Okay, so let's explore the unthinkable. The Premier League TV money makes up around 70% of our total revenue, and that will put a huge